All right, welcome everybody. It's Tuesday night and it is time for some stamping. My name is Julie Brown. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and welcome to my Facebook Live. Some of you may be watching this on YouTube because I do record these and then put them up on YouTube. So either way, make sure you like, subscribe, ring the bell, all that good stuff. Before we get started, I just need to take care of a little bit of housekeeping. But if you do get on, make sure that you type in the comments and let me know you're here. And that's also how you can ask me any questions, is by typing them in the comments. So here we go with my housekeeping. So for those of you that are placing orders with me this month, that is the hostess code. You can order through me at juliebrown.stampinup.net. You can reach out to me at juliescreativestampin@gmail.com. And then I have a Pinterest, Facebook, and Instagram page that is Julie's Creative Stamping. But hey Brenda. So if you want to get me on the YouTube channel, you have to hit juliebrown.Julie's Creative Stamping. And then always check out my blog, because that is where I post the step-by-step instructions to the cards I do here, plus any that I might show you, but I don't show you how to do them. So it's always good to check out my blog. So hey Brenda. So, oh, you have the bundle I'm going to be playing with and you can't wait to play with it. Yay! All right. So let's get started. We are going to be working with the Cup of Tea bundle and suite. So I'm going to show you the bundle and the suite. So this is the bundle. What if you guys are new to Stampin' Up, bundles are usually a stamp set and dies, or a stamp set and a punch. This one happens to be a stamp set with the dies. And then it also has some designer series paper. And let me grab, obviously I've used some of it, but always two-sided paper. So look at all the fun designs on this. And this particular one has a lot of the in colors in it. So the new in colors are all in this particular bundle of paper. So that's pretty cool. You get to play with the new in colors. Now, the other cool thing that comes with this particular suite is these beautiful, and I didn't play with these tonight, sorry, but it is cards that already have like designer series paper on them, and then all of these beautiful envelopes that match. So I'm going to be playing with this later this week. I just didn't have time. I'm getting ready for a big car show where my team is going to go have some fun at. So let's get started. So the first card, I actually am going to be bringing in an old set along with this one, because I'm still trying to do old and new. Sorry. Oh, let me put this up. So, okay, so the Cup of Tea bundle, if you want to put that on your wish list, that's the item number, and that's the stamp set and the dies. And then if you like the whole suite, whoops, wrong one. It's called Tea Boutique, and that's the number for the suite. And then this is the other stamp set that I'm bringing in, and I believe it is on the last chance list. So if you decide you like this, that might be something that you want to get right away, because it is, I believe it is on the last chance list. I was going to check right before I got on and I forgot to. But also upcoming on the 21st of this month, which is not tomorrow, but the next day, it is free shipping all day long for any orders over $75. So if you're planning on putting an order in this month, you might want to wait until Thursday and put that order in, and if it's going to be over 75, and it will be free shipping. So this is that very Versailles, I'm probably saying it wrong. So this is the stamp that I'm going to be using with this set for the first card. We're doing 2 cards tonight. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in the flower stamp, and I'm actually going to be stamping this in 2 different greens. One is our new Parakeet Party. So that's going to be the first one. So we're going to bring this in up here. And then I'm going to stamp off again. And then we'll do that one more time in this bottom corner over here. All right. And then I'm going to bring in Mossy Meadow. Let me clean this off. So then I'm going to bring in Mossy Meadow. And I'm going to stamp like pretty much right over the top of what I just stamped. Because I don't want the brights being the most dominant color here. So that's why I'm going to try to stamp kind of over the top. But not, whoops, oh gosh, that got on there. But not completely over the top, because obviously I want some of that parakeet party to show through. I think I want this one stamped off. So let me. All right, so it's going to look like that so far. Hey, Mel. So glad you could join us. And then I'm going to come in with Smoky Slate. And I'm kind of doing a vintage look with this first card. Oh, I got to go grab my Smoky Slate. Hold on, I thought I had it here. Oh, actually I do. Hold on. I forgot I'm getting ready for, like I said, that car show that my team and I are going to. So I've pulled a lot of my stamp pads. So this is one of my older stamp pads, but it'll work fine. And we are going to come in and ink this up. And again, I'm just stamping over the top because I'm going for that vintage look with this card. There we go. Like so. Let me clean that off. And then I am going to attach this. I'm actually going to be working with, which kind of seems weird, going vintage and putting in a kind of a bright color. But this is one of the designer series paper, and it is the Sweet Sorbet, I think is what it's called. Yeah, Sweet Sorbet. I'm still getting used to the new colors. So we're going to just stick this and map that onto that. Maybe I'm almost out of, oh, I'm out. So let me bring in my Stampin' Sale Plus. So that is going to go like so. If I can get it straight. Then I'm going to bring in, this is the new metallic ribbon that's going to be available in May. Isn't that pretty? I don't know. Here, let me get my hand behind it, and then you guys can see it better. And this one is the Sweet Sorbet. And I'm just going to wrap this a couple of times around, and then I'm going to cut it. And I think I'm just going to tie a knot. Let's see. Because I don't think I left myself enough to tie a bow. Which I'm going to be covering part of this anyway, so it probably doesn't matter. But I do try to, yeah, I don't know if you guys noticed, I do try to kind of grab underneath or put that underneath so that it will hold all this ribbon kind of in place right there. Just trying to see how much ribbon I have. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, if I could tie today, that would be helpful. My goodness. All right. So let's, I don't know if I don't think we're going to be able to see this bow, but I'll tie a bow anyway. I may end up doing something different if I like the way the bow looks. So, oh, I think that's going to work. Okay. All right. Then I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it onto the card base. I'm going to move this out so I don't get any ink on the card base. And of course, always use your bone folders to burnish. That just makes everything lay better when you do that. So let's bring this back in. I know, isn't this, I have such a hard time with it. This is so pretty on this side. I'm almost tempted to redo the bow, but that's all right. I like the more subtle side as well. And we are going to lay this like so. Alrighty. And then I used the Stampin' Blends, and these are the Sweet Sorbets. So I used these, and I used Smoky Slate to color this in. You can see I've already cut one out, and so I'm going to cut this other one out real quick. And I'm going to be bringing in my baby one, except I have no clue what I just did with my oh my goodness, what did I do with the, I can't find the dies. Oh gosh. I'm a hot mess already. Oh my gosh, right here, right in front of me. I just have them in a place that I normally don't set them. How funny that is that we're so used to kind of where we normally set things. And when we don't set it like that, it throws us completely off, or at least it did me just now. And you can see I already cut one out because the one I showed you, but we're just going to run this through. I am finding that I'm using this little mini Stampin' cut quite a bit. I'm going to be taking it this Friday and Saturday as well, because I think it's easier to move around. I'll probably take a big one too, because I'm not sure what all my team needs to cut, if it'll all fit on the mini one or if it needs to be on the big one. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this first one in, and I am going to add some liquid glue. None of my stuff wants to work tonight. This is too funny. There we go. Now we're working. Have you guys ever had a day like that where you're trying to make things and nothing's working? Okay, so I want this one to kind of be there, and then I want this one to kind of tilt. So that's going to be like so. And then I'm going to bring in some Stampin' Dimensionals. I can't wait for you guys to see the next card. It's really super cute. And we're just going to put some dimensionals. I probably should have used the big ones, probably would have been better for this, but I do have to cut a couple of smaller ones here to go in this, around this handle. Let's see, so I got that one. I'm going to grab that one. Let me move that. And then we're just going to pick all those papers off the top of that with my Take Your Pick tool. So I know this is kind of a, because all of the colors for this are so bright, I of course wanted to do one that was not bright and bring in some neutral colors, just to kind of show you that you can bring in the other color families, and it still looks really cute. Okay, so then I'm going to bring in this little strip of paper here, and we are going to stamp on this. Take care of yourself. And I think I'll do this in Smoky Slate. Let me see if I can find a line to get that on there straight so I can stamp straight. Oops. All right, so there's the take care of yourself. And let me clean that. So we're going to clean that stamp, move that out of the way, and then I'm going to bring in that same Designer Series paper and just attach this to that. So this is actually a fairly quick card. I mean, it does take a little bit of time to color in the teacups, but other than that, it doesn't take that long. Okay, then we're going to take some dimensionals. And I'm going to show you two other versions of this card, because on one I did almost the same thing, except I used the Sweet Sorbet, but instead of using the more neutral color, I used the Sweet Sorbet stamp here. And then I also did one with the Starry Night and the Orchid Oasis. So I'm going to try to move this bow so that you can see it. There we go. And then I can trim this one and that one just a little bit. I could spend all day sitting here trimming little pieces like that. And then for the inside, you're going to get to see me color on the inside, because what we're going to do is we're going to bring in that stamp, and I used black Memento ink, and we're going to stamp it in this little corner over here. And like I said, this was a little bit different of a card because it doesn't have all the fancy colors in it, or I should say the bright colors in it, because again, I kind of sometimes like a more distressed look, and this probably would have looked a little more distressed if I would have gone around the corners and brought in, I didn't even think about that, but now that I'm thinking about it, I could have got a dauber or a blending brush and brought that gray in a little bit, and it would have looked a little bit more antique-ish. Okay, so let me show you how I did the coloring. So, other end. So basically, I just the leaves, I went back and forth between the dark and the light Smoky Slate. And so I'm just basically, and I'm not, you'll see I'm not like blending the dark and the light together, because normally when you have something this small, you can blend it, but you end up kind of pushing everything outside the lines when you try to blend in such a small area. So instead of trying to blend them together, I just did the leaves different colors. So I did one in the dark and then one in the light, and just kind of back and forth like that. And I'm doing the same with the cup, although I could have done a lot more like shadowing and shading in the cup. I chose just to use the dark Sweet Sorbet instead of and I think it was because I was wanting it to look more because it's a teacup, and I know that teacups are, they're not like perfect because a lot of them are hand painted, but I was trying to look at a smoother look, and I was kind of afraid if I tried to do too much blending that would make it look more like probably watercolor instead of like China. So I was going for the China look here, since a lot of teacups are made out of China. So, yeah, so that's kind of what I was going for here. So, and I know I've gotten to where I kind of hate coloring in front of you guys, because I know it's not always fun to, hey Susie, I just looked up. I know it's not always fun to watch people color, but since I was stamping that, I guess I could have stamped this ahead of time and had it all colored. And since I'm not really blending, so I'm not really showing you a technique. But maybe it'll be calming for you guys to watch me color. I know a lot of times, a lot of people tell me that they like to color on their stamps because it's very calming to them to color. And I have kind of gotten to that point as well. I didn't used to like coloring as much as I do now, but I like doing it now. So, and then I'm just going to add for this one, so the front says, take care of yourself. And then on the inside, we're going to stamp one of the other sayings that comes with this, and it's called, let's get together soon. And I'm using Susie's technique of stamping way up at the top so that we have time, room to sign and write a little note. So I was in a class with Susie. She's part of my team, and she showed us that. And then I'm just going to mat this onto the Sweet Sorbet mat. And then if you hold on, I think I'm going to go ahead and try to bring in a dauber and see if I can edge that. And I may not like it, so you guys are going to get to watch me. This is kind of what happens when you're going to kind of get to see a behind the scenes when I'm creating, because it just dawned on me when I did that gray, because I hadn't done the gray before. So when I did the smoky slate and then I looked at it, I thought, oh, that would have looked so much better if I would have daubed around the edges. But since I've already put it on the card front, we're going to see if I can manage to bring in some color without ruining the card. So any votes on whether this will be successful? We shall see. All right, so I'm going to bring in my daubers and find my smoky slate. There we go. And let's see. Oh, we're going to have some fun, ladies. Let's see how this works. Oh, didn't have that shut. Okay. So I can't really come off, right? Because I've already kind of got it on here. So I'm not being real heavy-handed here. I'm just coming in very lightly. Not sure if I'm going to like this or not. Especially since I can't really use my normal technique of coming off the page. I'm already seeing that I think it's a little heavier handed than I would like to be. But hey, it doesn't look like it's going to be too bad. I'm going to get some of that color off so I can come in a little bit lighter in this corner. All right, so let me kind of work in this up here a little bit. Yeah, I think it would have looked better if I'd have done this ahead of time. But what do you guys think? Yes or no? And it won't hurt my feelings. I think because I think I was real heavy-handed up here. That's the problem with not being able to come in off. So what do you guys think? It's not horrible. That means probably not, right? But anyway, hey, it was fun to try something new. But like I said, I think that if I had done it before where I could have been really like just barely come in, it would have looked a lot better. But going for the antique look there. And then I would finish this off with, let's see if I have those sitting here. Yeah. Oh, baby. What the heck? Sorry, they were stuck to something else. So we're going to bring in some gems to finish this one off. Yeah, it's not horrible, but I can't say it's my favorite. But it is what it is. So we're going to put one up there. But like I said, this is the process that I go through when I'm, you know, half the time I'm making cards. Then I think, oh, you know, maybe that would have looked good. And then I do it and I'm like, nah, it didn't look as good as I thought it was going to look. But before would have been better. Yeah, I agree. So then we're going to put those on. So let me show you the other designs with this card. It's the exact same layout except just different colors. So obviously I kind of messed this one up, but it is what it is. And then here is the exact same one, but instead of using the grays, I brought in Mossy Meadow, and then I used the Sweet Sorbet for the words. So there's that one. And then this is the Orchid Oasis. There's that one. So you can see how they look complete. Well, of course, this one looks really different, but they do look very different. And it's just all about colors and putting colors together. So that's our first card. So yeah, sorry about this one. Just kind of, you guys got to see let's look at it. I don't think it's horrible, but it wasn't what my mind was playing out on how that would look. But I just want to, I want you guys to think about, you know, when you're playing with your cards and stuff, to do stuff like that. And just kind of, if you get ideas after the fact, go ahead and see how they, I mean, you can always make another one, right? So it's not like it's the end of the world. Okay, on to the next card. Okay, so for this card, whoops. We're kind of going in the green. We're going green. So I've got a lot of matting to do here. I think this is my inside one. Yes. Okay. Okay. So and again, I'm using the Designer Series paper, which is the Tea Boutique Designer Series paper. And so the first steps here are just matting. So we're just going to mat all these. Yeah, you'll want to watch from the beginning, Shanine, because that card looked better before I decided to antique it a little bit. All right. And then that's one of the papers, and isn't that cute with the lemon? Love it. That's part of that Designer Series paper. So we're just going to mat these. And all of the dimensions will be on my blog. So if you guys will, by tomorrow, it should be there tomorrow. If you guys want to see the what to cut these sizes for, you can go to my blog and they will be there. All right. So we have this. So we're actually going to kind of build on the front again, kind of like I did the last time. We're going to do some building on the front of this before we put it on the card front. So we're going to take this piece. Yeah. And we are going to angle it so that it touches the top corners, or you know, the diagonal up here. Now the purpose here is to try to keep this on inside the designer series paper. All of this designer series paper, Susie, is the Tea Boutique designer series paper. I'm using that suite. So it's all the Tea Boutique. And then this one, we're going to do it opposite, but we're going to lower it so that it's in this bottom corner, but still staying within the designer series paper at the top. So there we go, like so. Then we're going to bring in this really cute twine, which is in, we have a whole set of this twine that you can buy that's all the in colors. And this, of course, is the Parakeet Party. And I'm just going to wrap this around the top a few times. Don't you hate that when you have everything sitting out and then you start doing stuff? I have now lost my scissors. I will pull out my other set of scissors. Good thing I have a couple pair sitting here, right? I don't know how I managed to do that every single time. All right. And so again, anytime that I'm wrapping like this, I always, when I go to tie my bow, sorry, I'm going to just push that under. That way it holds all of this together. And then you'll see in a second, it allows me to spread it apart how I want to, as far as on the sides. And I'll trim all this later. So what I'm talking about is when you tie that in the middle like that, then it allows you to move the side edges like so that it looks really cool. Ta-da! Okay, so this is going to go on. I was into white tonight, wasn't I? Thick whisper white, or basic white. God, I can't get used to saying basic white. What is wrong with me? And we've had it for a while. Too many years saying whisper white. Alrighty. So we're going to open this up and stick this on the card front like so. Alrighty, and then I am missing oh no, here they are. So I went ahead and cut out these 2 circles, and I want to show you because this new die set, oh my gosh, I thought I had everything here and now I can't find anything. This is one of the new dies that's coming out in the new catalog. Stylish shapes, and they're all stitched. So we have circles, squares, and banners. Love them. So that's definitely one to put on your wish list. Or it was for me anyway. So we're just going to stick these on here. And I'm going to try to keep them kind of in on this first section. And I'm not popping these up because I'm going to be popping something else up here in a second. In a quick sec. All right. So there's that so far. Okay, so we're going to need these pieces here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to bring in the other teacup, which is striped. And we're going to stamp this one in the Parakeet Party. And then we'll be cutting that out. Oh, that didn't turn out very good. Oh, it's because I don't have my silicone mats down here, dang it. Let's see if I can do better that time. Yes, much better. Okay, much, much better. Let's clean that. And then I'm going to bring in that mini Stampin' Cut machine so we can cut this out. The other nice thing is this little machine works well for when I'm demonstrating for you guys, because it's not as big a deal if I have to bring things in and out, because it's pretty lightweight and easy to pop in here, and you guys can see more of what I'm doing. Doesn't take up as much space on my work area. All right, so we're just gonna run that through. And then we are going to create a little tag for this. Let me move this. I'll be bringing this back in just a second. Yeah, I do really like the parakeet party green. It's so pretty. Okay, I got to think about what I'm doing here. All right, so I needed a piece of scrap green, and we're bringing in, oh shoot, I thought I had them all here. I do. Memento black ink. And it's got this, I don't know if you guys can see, it's a little tiny like label. So we're just going to ink that up. Like so. Oh, I still need that. And then it's got this other, this set, I don't know if you got to see the set. Let me show you the set. It's so stinking cute. It's got all these little itty bitty sayings that actually fit inside of this. And so it's really stinking cute. So, so cute. Even though I don't drink coffee or tea, it's still a really cute set. So this is one of those little tiny ones, and it says sweet. So I'm going to turn this and stamp that like so. And then clean that off. Then we're going to bring in that little machine again and bring in the little die that matches this. My little Stampin' Cut machine. And we're just going to line that up and bring in some of my little Post-it note washi tape stuff and send it through. All right. Then what I did is I brought in, I don't know how many of you have this. I've had this for forever, but it's just a little punch, but it's like an itty bitty baby hole punch. And I'm just going to bring that in and try to center it. Let's see how good I am at centering. And just poke a little hole in that. Then I'm going to bring in some more of the twine. And run that through. Oh, let me show you a little trick if I can find it. So I buy these at the store, and I've been told, I think they're like flossers for people who wear braces, is what I've been told. But these are really handy to have in your arsenal because they're a threader. So I can put that through my hole really easily and then grab the end of this thread. Just got to get it through there. And then it just pulls it through really easy. Love, love, love this. Really handy tool. And I'm pretty sure I just got that at like Walmart or something. All right, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and turn it over. Now remember, I had already stamped on that side, made a mistake. Oopsie. And bring in some Scotch tape. And we're going to just lay this down here. Let me see. Kind of where I want it on the front. Okay, so it kind of needs to be right there. And I'm just going to tape that in place. And then I'm going to trim this off at the bottom. Okay, and then I'm going to bring in some dimensionals. Once again, because we're going to pop this little puppy up. So just laying those dimensionals down. And then, of course, I've got to cut some to go on that handle. I think this might be skinny enough. Whew, just skinny enough. And then this other one. So one thing about our dimensional sheets, right? We use every single piece. Oh, I'm glad I showed you something new, Shanine, if you've never seen that little threader thing before. Of course, any of you that sew, you might have a needle threader. And that would work just as good, but I did not have one, and so I got those. Okay, so we're going to flip this to the front side, and we're going to come in here, and we're going to stick our little cup. It is bigger than the circle, and that's okay. And then we're going to bring in a mini glue dot. I've got my, this is a brand new mini glue dot pack, so it's pretty thick. And we're gonna, so that makes it kind of look like a little tea bag. Isn't that cute? Looks like a little tea bag coming out of the tea. Love it. Okay, and so then we're going to stamp our sentiment, and we'll just use this. And we're going to do thank you and garden green. Can you guys hear all my crash, boom, bang on the side? Oh my goodness. All right. So I'm going to stamp this, and then I'm going to fussy cut this out. Oh, I did that earlier. So I'm just relining that back up. Ta-da! That's the nice thing about the polymer stamps, right? Is when if we mess it up, we can go back in and line back up on it and get that cut out correctly. All right, and so I'm just going to come in with my paper snips, and we're just going to fussy cut around the thank you. But I'm going to show you a little trick, because sometimes, I mean, I like the way that it looks when we fussy cut out words. I think it just gives it a really cool look. But sometimes I don't want just, I would like to be able to have like a mat behind it. And I'm going to show you how to do that when you fussy cut. All right, so that's done. Then I'm going to bring this in, and I'm actually going to glue it down onto this piece, and then we are going to fussy cut around both of them again, and that's going to give us our little mat behind my fussy cut. Yay, right? So now I'm just going to do another quick fussy cut around the white edge. So it's leaving me a green edge, and this is garden green. Because like I said, I like the way it looks when you fussy cut out words, but sometimes I wish I would have a map behind it. So see how cute that is? Ta-da! Yay! All right, so now I've got to figure out where I want to put this, because before I think I had it over here, but I put my ribbon down a little lower. I spread this out a little more than, oh, I think I can still fix it. Hold on. There we go. And then I can fix that bow in a second. Yeah, because I kind of wanted it to be up here. Yeah, okay, so we're again coming in with dimensionals. They're like my favorite thing tonight, using tons of them. And I'm just going to kind of keep these towards the middle. That way it allows me to work with the twine that I have on here. All right, and then I'm going to fix my little bow. Oh, it's this one. It got kind of, I don't make as perfect a bows when I'm tying them by hand as when I use my bow maker. That's why I like my bow maker, but come on, sometimes you just got to do it by hand, right? All right, and then I'm going to trim these sides. Ah! So there's the front of this card. What do you guys think? Fun, huh? Fun, fun, fun. And again, because it's a thank you card, I'm just gonna mat this onto here. And I was thinking about maybe bringing in, let me see if I can find my scraps from what I cut out earlier. Because I think, unfortunately, it's the wrong way, because I have it this way. But it would still look cute. So I think I'm just going to cut, because I really like this striped paper. And we're just going to do like a 1/2 inch here. So it's 1/2 inch by 4. And we're going to stick that at the bottom. Because remember, I don't normally stamp on the inside of my thank you cards because I like to write little notes. But obviously, if you have sentiments and you don't, oh, it was, this was not a 4, this was 3 3/4. That's okay. No worries. I'll bring in these and snip that. And then put this on the inside. And then this card is going to be finished. But like I said, you can find sentiments. Stampin' Up! Has, you know, so many sentiments that are really sweet thank you sentiments if you like to have a stamp. But as most of you know, I don't normally do that. Once in a while I'll put it on the inside. But since I like to write my own notes, I don't normally do that. But I guess if you were going to try to sell your cards, you might want to do that. All right. So there we go. There's that one using the designer series paper from the boutique. It's the Tea Boutique suite. And that suite includes the designer series paper and the stamps and the dies that you saw me do. And then I'm going to bring in the first card that I did. And this is using even my not so beautiful one. Because this was using, again, the same bundle, but we brought in that very Versailles to do that background. Yay! So yeah, so there we go. Like I said, this one was not such a hit. Like I said, I should have done that before, and it would have turned out much better. As soon as I hit it with that dauber, I realized it was going to be too dark. But anyway, that's the set. And then don't forget that suite, I haven't even played with the card. Look at these beautiful envelopes. That's part of this Tea Boutique suite. And all of these cards that already have designer series paper, and all you got to do is add what you want on the front. Right? Oh, hey LaDonna, thanks. So yeah, if you're just getting here, ignore this one. Oh, Susie, you don't mind the smudging on the card. Okay. Because of that shabby look. Yeah, I just wish I had done it before I put it on the card. So, yeah. But again, you guys got to see kind of scary inside my mind when I'm creating, right? So, yeah, so really fun set. Like I said, it was the cup of tea with this and then this. But I do think this is on the last chance list, this particular one, which I used on that first card. So if that's something that you guys are looking at getting, and then remember on the 21st, April 21st, which is Thursday, free shipping for any orders of $75 or more. Free shipping, folks. That's huge. That's huge. So take advantage of that if you're planning on placing an order. And let me just put this up one more time for those of you that place orders with me. That is my hostess code for this month. And you can order through juliebrown.stampinup.net. Alrighty. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I had tons of fun creating these cards and kind of went off script a little bit with one of them. But hey, you know, that's always good sometimes. But I hope you saw how fun that set can be, especially that little tea bag. I'm just thinking about all those little sayings that could be put on that little thing. I was just so thrilled with that one. I had so much fun with that one. But I appreciate all of you guys being here. If you are in the Farmington area, just know that me and my entire team are going to be out at the car show this weekend at McGee Park on Friday and Saturday. And we are going to be doing card classes out there. And you'll be making 3 cards and you'll get 3 envelopes, and you're going to, I'm teaching, Brenda's teaching, Susie's teaching, Marsha's teaching, and Vanessa is teaching. So you'll get to see all of our different teaching styles. So, if your husband's wanting to go, say, yeah, honey, let's go. And then you can come make cards while he's walking around. So anyway, everybody have a good rest of your week, and I may see some of you out at the car show, and if not, please make sure you come in next Tuesday because I'll have more fun cards next Tuesday. Talk to everybody soon. Bye.